Welcome back as we embark on another week filled with enchanted energies. I hope this message finds you wrapped in the warmth of the season, surrounded by the love and joy that December brings in. As we dive into the week of December 11th to the 17th, a time when the world seems to sparkle a little brighter, let's take a collective breath and savor the magic that the season so graciously offers. I know it's a time when many of us are deep in the heart of holiday festivities and spreading kindness and creating memories with those we hold dear. And amidst all that cheerful hustle and bustle, let's not forget to carry on the spirit of generosity, not only in our actions, but also the energy we bring into each and every room. Whether you're celebrating traditions, creating new ones, finding solace in quiet moments, know that the universe is conspiring to fill your week with positive vibrations. I'm so grateful to have you here sharing this journey. Let's embrace the magic. Let's dive into the energies that surround us and make this week truly extraordinary. So stick around and explore the collective currents guiding us from December 11th to the 17th. I'm excited to jump into the insights and share guidance and sprinkle a little more love and light into your December days. So let's make it magical together. And so now join me in looking at your week ahead for your sun, moon, or rising sign. Welcome, Virgo. This is your weekly focus for December the 11th through to the 17th, 2023. I'm Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly. Let's dive into the cards, shall we? Okay, just I guess another shuffle here. Okay. Let's see what the cards have to tell us for this week going forward. So our shadow card is the Magician is here for us. Well, what do you want? What are you dreaming of? What is, where do you see the potential of your tomorrow? This is a time when you have the magic to say, I want to bring this into my life. I want to become this going forward. I want to have this kind of stature in work or community or home and family, or I want this in my home and family, or I want a place of safety and comfort, or I want, and really understanding what you are asking the sky for, the gods for, the universe for, your higher self, what you want your higher self to start bringing in, recognizing in the world, to bring into your world. Okay? It's about the manifestation and bringing it down to earth, making your thoughts, your dreams, truly something of reality, something that is tangible, something that is in your reality going forward. Now, that doesn't mean that all we have to do is just hope it and it shows up, but it's rather, putting a passion behind it, definitely. Putting a passion behind, you want a beautiful relationship, you want great health, and really putting that passion in how you would feel if that actually came to be in your life. But then showing up and committing yourself to a daily focus of maybe saying those affirmations again, but more so in doing some kind of practical, active approach, making the plan, making the strategy, stepping into the experience, falling down, getting back up again. It's all part of it. But with this card, it says it can be so. You have to show up. You have to do the work. But your thoughts, your visions of your tomorrow can definitely come into be your reality of today. Okay, our first card is the Page of Wands. Yeah, it's, you've got this very bland landscape behind you. You can do anything. You can put anything you want there. That didn't sound good, whatever it was, so I'll be back. Okay, I know it was seconds for you, but so anyways, it's kind of yucky outside. Like it's that really wet snow. It's kind of freezing, but kind of slushy at the same time. And I heard these tires screeching, and I live out in the country, so if somebody were saying a deer ran out in front of them or something, and so they laid on the tires and rolled their vehicle into the ditch or something. We live on a country road, so if they ended up being unconscious, nobody would know that they were even there. So when you hear something like that, when you live out in the country, you want to make sure that there's no nothing happening out there. So I've obviously they're okay, and that's the thing that matters. And so, anyways, back to you. This open landscape. You have this open landscape. You can put anything you want there. You can totally reinvent yourself in some ways. What do we have happening for you? Yeah, it really is about, it's a little bit more than having, like, we are in full moon energy at the very beginning of the week, but then we go into a new moon. And when we go into the new moon, of course, we're going to leave some things behind. And it's not a thing where you're ending or you're completing it's more of a death and rebirth kind of energy coming through here. So what was before, it doesn't matter. It's now and going forward that matters. And once again, we're in this thought, we're in this contemplation, this deep contemplation, this prayerful like pose, thinking about what we truly want to bring in. And really, the only thing that holds out any kind of magic is what we choose to leave out. We have the Wheel of Fortune. Well, the Wheel of Fortune is a lucky energy, so it could be a very lucky week for you. Things could happen that, a little bit of serendipity happens and wonderful stories come out of it. Memories, abundance, happiness, joy, giggles, laughter. This is also a time to know that the seasons are changing for you, that you are evolving and that you are going forward. So if it has been hard for you lately, know that there is a lighter energy coming. But this card always symbolizes a lighter energy coming, regardless of what season you're going into. To know this is a time of transformation for yourself. To know that you are saying, this is how I want to go forward, and really grabbing onto it. And, kind of closing some, not chapters in your life, but entire sagas, series. I'm ready for new beginnings, and I'm ready to start creating those new beginnings in my life. The Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, this is a card that says you have accomplished all there is to accomplish in this path that you have been on. And it's time to take an elevated path. It's time to go forward into some type of new beginning. You are dressed in white here. It's also a very spiritually charged time for you, where you can have conversations with God, your angels, the universe, that divine energy, your higher self. So this is a time to really understand what you want to step into. Now, the Sag new moon will be on, I don't know, the 11th, the 12th? The 12th, I think. But it's at 20 degrees, which means it's about turning points. It's about forks in the road. So everybody is kind of getting a degree of this kind of energy, of new beginnings, new starts. But I really get this new, like, yesterday doesn't matter anymore. It's about death and rebirth, and understanding some of those things that you've been living your life consistently to these false truthhoods, that there's something being revealed right now. It could be Chiron. Okay, I do have a reading out there on from my website for Chiron, so I usually have it, tagged in with the dailies and whatnot. So look and see if you can find that information, or go to my website, look for the Chiron astrology report. So many people have found that one to be so helpful. And Chiron right now is, it's your wounded healer, and it's in the death and rebirth part of you. So it's about finally healing from some scars, some things that have held you back. Maybe you've always been shy, and it's because of happenings prior that you are so shy, or maybe you're too outspoken, and it's from having to be too outspoken at times in your past that has trained you into, you've got to be that person who interrupts. You've got to be that person that's going to set everything straight. You've got to be that person who, is going to organize this and organize it right for the final time. You've got to be that person who, and it's releasing that and understanding that you don't have to carry that crutch, or walk with that crutch, carry that cross anymore in your life. Okay, work and career. Work and career is the Empress. What do you want to create? What do you want to give birth to? Really, this is just a time where you can, and it's not even that, your work area and career area is lit up. Career, and yeah, it really isn't being highlighted in the astrology, but the cards are saying, no, this is your time to understand what you truly want to give birth to, what you truly want to create. So this could be something that, you may not act on for a couple of months even. You might wait until the eclipse time to really go into this kind of energy, to be honest with you. But it's a time to really kind of put up your sails and start to go towards a direction. Maybe there will be a learning experience or two for you that you'll have to go through, like some kind of education, some kind of practical hands-on that you have to have in your life. Maybe there's a couple more paths you need to walk before you have something else under your belt that'll make you stronger in what you want to do. But it's like this is the time when you actually decide. This is the time when you set your intention. We started with the Magician. So whatever you're doing now, okay, that's great, but is it something that you want to continue doing? Or do you want to bring in a talent or an ability, or go in a certain direction, or help a certain cause, or a certain type of peoples, or whatever it might be for you? Whatever it might be for you. Maybe you've always wanted to be a photographer. Maybe you've always wanted to be a stand-up comedian. This is the time when you can start to evolve yourself into who you want to become. It's essentially the caterpillar saying, it's free will for me to make that cocoon, and I'm going to start to create a new me. And I'm going to start today. And it's going to take time to get there, and maybe even for anybody to even notice that I'm stepping into the experience. Maybe I won't even notice until then. But there's so much that you can step into right now. This is being creative and inventive and, giving birth to something. Okay. Let's go to love and relationships. And we have the Knight of Pentacles. And this is a energy that's saying, just go with the flow and relax and trust. There's a trust here. And there's a feeling of, there's a feeling of trust. There's a feeling of just going with the flow, not trying to fight anything, not trying to make it your way or the highway, but to be open to the fluid motions of emotion. If you're in a relationship, it's about opening up to new experiences that are put in front of you within the relationship. Trying new things out. I mean, this is December after all, so we could be joining in different traditions. Traditions may be changing. And we have to kind of go with the flow, and we have to be open to the experience and the wonderment and the beauty and of the emotion that's around it. And I think it's creating that emotion of a beautiful holiday time. And whether you're doing that with a significant other, I think it adds a lot to it. Like there's traditions being made, or new traditions, or a change somehow in how December usually plays out for you. And this is a time to really go with the flow and really be open to just anything that comes in from, and especially within the relationship itself. If you are, but this is also people that are close to you that you love, right? This is your family. This is your best friends kind of energy too. So it's not always about the one-on-one and the significant other but it is about your heart center and where you project love. And so maybe your first instinct is saying, hey, I'm not doing that. And maybe just be a little bit more open to the suggestion of maybe I should do something like that. Maybe that would be different. Maybe, and try and see where the benefits might be in that. And maybe there are no benefits and you just had to think it through before you gave an absolute, I ain't doing that. But, it's going with the flow a little bit more. Now, if you were looking at relationships, I guess we have to be a little bit more inviting to what our significant other is suggesting that we partake in. And if you're looking for a relationship, this is about, just go about your day. This is about turning the corner and bumping into them. That just go with the flow of the day and stop trying so hard to manifest that person in your life and just say, if I meet them, I meet them. If I don't, I don't. I will live for another day to do it all over again. It's not so important. It's more important that I just enjoy the beauty of the world and really trust in my path forward. And when I'm supposed to meet them, I'll meet them. And it's amazing how often that happens, that once we let go of maybe the constant, I need this in my life, I gotta have it, it just kind of stays just out of grasp. But the minute we say, what, if it comes, it comes, but I'm not going to put my focus on it anymore, that it just whoosh, there it is, right in your presence. Okay. Spirituality, we have the High Priestess. So I would have to say that you need to sit in quiet contemplation and look within and understand the magic that you hold within you. Of course, when this card comes out, there's magic all around you. And we started with the Magician, so you already knew that. Now here's the High Priestess in your reading as well. Saying, no, there is magic around you. Understand the magic that you can tap into. But there's magic within you as well. So it's understanding your talents, your abilities, and maybe growing your talents and abilities, maybe honing them for a special experience of some sort, or to step into something that you've always wanted to do. Always, the North Node too is right there with Chiron. So you've got a lot of energy there in the transformation of who you are now and the transformation of who you will be going forward. There's a lot of magic. So yeah, in meditation and prayer, just open up to the higher possibility of what can be in your life. As you take that walk through nature and ground yourself, open up to the possibility of what can be in your life. And don't forget to turn over all the rocks. Look everywhere to see what comes at you, because I don't think you're actually acting on this yet. But boy, knowing that this is the time to really pay attention and start making maybe a gray outline of what you really want to step into. And I'm thinking it's going to probably be the next eclipse season, and I'm pretty sure that's March. But don't quote me on that, okay? But, you could be really, putting some wind in those sails that otherwise, you're going to hit March and you're going to want to do the same things, but you didn't get the head start, right? And this is kind of giving you this prelude to some sort of head start of what you can give birth to, what you can create, what you can manifest, what you can bring in. And starting to work on those things now. For health, well-being, we have the Death card. You're feeling down? Well, get out and start dancing. Turn up that music and dance it out, okay? That's what I'm going to tell you first and foremost. Throw that cloak away. Stop using those dull days as I'm not feeling good days. They're not I'm not feeling good days. It's just you're not putting any oomph into pushing yourself out the door, and you need to start to embrace life again and feel life again. How are you going to do all of this if you're not feeling vibrant and alive? And the first way that you feel vibrant and alive is to let out that inner child a little, to play, to grow, to have fun, to laugh out loud. And that's when you'll start to feel the liberation. That's when you start to feel the freedom. But you have to throw off that cloak. You have to lay down your weapon. You have to open up your heart center. You have to open up your imagination. And you have to get excited about where you're going. And I tell you, that is the best source of a health remedy there is by raising your vibration and your light. Okay. Like I heard, and being of service is one of those ways. So I don't want to leave that out. Being of service. So what you do for your community or your home, your family, your loved ones, in the workplace, those little things that you do that probably go very unnoticed, but they are appreciated. Okay. Circle of Doors Tarot. And our card is the Maga of Shells, the Believer. I just had a hard time seeing if that was a G or not. I'm pretty sure it's a G, but could just be my old eyes. That's when you disagree with me, people. Okay. Mega. There's the Maiden, the Mother. So this is like our king. Yes? No? The Crone is the king. This is our queen. Bring me your dreams. Tell me of how they yearn to be real. I shall teach your bones the dance of the bold. Your greatest wish shall spin the golden thread of fate. Wow, it just doesn't stop for you with this reading. Where others see a dead and empty desert, she sees a bright and clear vision of a glistening city destined to be risen from the ground. She would risk every coin in the vault for the sake of dreams that are born from deep in her bones. The Maga, it is a G, of Shells is the master of risk and reward, always hatching a new plan for transforming the potential energy of our hopes into kinetic energy of our success. She pays close attention to the movements of the world, searching for the subtle shifts of the earth that reveal the veins of gold hiding beneath our feet. So, ask yourself these questions. Where in your body do you feel the hunches that lead you to victories? What seeds of future riches are you planting with your health and wealth? And how do you transform your faith into your actions? Your affirmations for this week is, I'm always willing to take a risk for what I believe in. I have an eye for strong potential. I choose to be an optimist. I was born lucky. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.